I just saw a film. Ever since, I have not quite gotten over the atrocity my eyes have been subjected to. I feel disgusted. I feel dirty. I feel worthless. I feel distraught. What I was exposed to was something of not a fever dream, but a fever nightmare. I was exposed to awful animation, awful editing, and awful writing. But not just that. I was exposed to a very Wompkee Christmas.
"'Tis the season to be jolly," they say. Well, I'm not sure I can actually be so jolly after watching this. Now, I'm going to assume none of you have ever heard of this film. And consider yourselves lucky. I had no clue about this film either until I picked it up at my local thrift store for $1, due to my attraction to its atrocious cover. Ever since then, I'm wishing I could turn back time to the days when I could be considered innocent. But not anymore. This film has changed me in every way possible. A Very Wompkee Christmas is the worst Christmas film ever made. And that's not even an exaggeration. I've seen Jingle All the Way too.
And now, as they say in French, the peace of the resistance.
I've seen Christmas with the Cranks.
Luther, your face.
What about it?
It's like it's frozen or...
Holy Jesus. What is that?
Oh, this.
What the is that?
I got a Botox injection today.
I thought they were both crap. But what I realized is they were masterpieces compared to A Very Wompkee Christmas. Now, immediately after I got this film, I was eager to check out its IMDb page. So I did, and to my surprise, this film had a 7.9 out of 10 average. So for a moment, a glimmer of hope was shown upon me via the gods of the Wompkees themselves. But that glimmer of hope was immediately destroyed when I hit the play button on my remote. So, a man by the name of Con Fullman created this film, if you can call it that. Yeah, he really, conned me into watching this. Ha ha ha. 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 Anyway, I researched Con Fullman, and apparently he's some critically acclaimed composer after I checked out his website. Ah, well, whatever. Enough about this background of this film. Why don't we actually talk about this film, scene by scene? I don't want to, but I'm going to. This is A Very Wompkee Christmas. And just so we don't get too scarred or too damaged, we got some safety goggles. There we go. So the film starts off with Twig, our protagonist, introducing herself and literally spoiling the entire movie.
My name is Twig, and this is the story of how my very, very biggest Christmas wish came true. Wompkee!
Okay, great. I mean, it's not like I was expecting any different outcome, but you don't have to tell me right away what's gonna happen. Telling us what's gonna happen right before we see it seems redundant. It seems as though the filmmakers think the audience is a bunch of idiots. Which, in all honesty, is probably true. So right from the get-go, the animation is god-awful. I mean, seriously, it is awful. The actual story opens up with an introduction to the characters that all look the same. I'm serious, all the Wompkees look the same, with only slight modifications, such as color, glasses, a cowboy hat, or extra weight. I'm not joking, take a look for yourself. Anyway, we're introduced to these uninspired, unimaginative characters, if you can even call them that. There's the stock nerd character, the stock fat character, the stock girly girl, flower girl character, and the stock, I don't really even know. This guy's only personality trait seems to be that he wears a cowboy hat? The other two characters we're introduced to are Granny, your typical old, sweet, bake-ya-cookies type grandma, and of course the hero of the film, Twig herself. Twig's only wish this Christmas is to fly like all of the other Wompkees, because when you fly, you can put the star on a Christmas tree. It is established that Twig cannot fly many times. Many times.
Whee! Zoe! I'm flying! I'm flying! I've got my... But Twig, you can't fly.
You can't fly yet.
I'm sure your ears will grow eventually.
Well, it just depends on whether she can establish the proper trajectory when multiplied against the coefficient triangulation of the span of her ears, as small as they are.
Twig, I know you want to fly just like the others.
Not much else happens in the beginning, except a music number pops out of nowhere, and honestly, it ain't all that bad.
Sing till the work is done. We'll chop the wood, bake
Okay.
the cakes,
Okay, you know what? No, this is really bad. This is generic. Hey, cut the music. This is generic, repetitive, and horribly structured. Why? This is a horrible song. I take back everything I said about it being not that bad. It is very bad. The funniest thing about the song is that the stock fat character is seen roasting a freaking berry on an open fire. I can understand a marshmallow or maybe a hot dog, but a berry? Okay, a berry doesn't even make the slightest bit of sense. Anyway, Granny won't let Twig go outside because Twig can't fly, so Twig persuades her to read a book, which puts her to sleep. Twig then exits her house via the shoot. Yes, I'm not kidding, it's called the shoot. Anyway, she exits her house via the shoot in hopes someone will need her help. No one does, and ultimately Twig just makes a fool of herself. She then stumbles across the nerd character, who is just really frickin' annoying and stereotypical.
South-southwesterly flow is on the rise, and there's a sizable undercurrent due east of here, with a generally equalized cloud structure. With all these meteorological events converging at once, it can only mean one thing.
Disaster?
No, it all indicates perfectly nice weather. But the sky says different. It's what they call an anomaly.
Anyway, this nerd's weather machine predicts that some huge storm is coming, and at first, everyone is happy and excited until they realize that they're running out of berries and need to gather some from the only other berry bush known to Wompkees, which is on the mountain where Aglora Borealis, the evil ice queen, resides. But these brave Wompkee heroes decide they will face the daunting challenge, but they leave behind Twig because she can't fly. So these 4 heroic Wompkees head up the mountain, and all is going well until they run into a frozen lake they can't get around. The movie then chooses to leave us biting our nails and wondering what will happen to these legendary Wompkees, as it quickly cuts to Aglora Borealis before we even find out the resolution. What's gonna happen? So here we are with Aglora Borealis, one of film's most unoriginal villains of all time, who devises an evil plan with her sidekick Dog on how they will capture a Wompkee to gather berries for them, because for whatever reason, Wompkees are the only beings who can pick berries because the bushes only like Wompkees and no other species. That is stupid. But okay, I can give it a pass, let's just move on with the story. But something that I can't give a pass to is the music number that follows.
Ooh, I love it when it's dark. I love it when it's grey. I love it when the sun and moon and stars just go away. I love it when it's windy. Ooh, so chill.
By this point, it's pretty evident what the filmmakers were trying to do. Rip off Disney. It's pretty obvious, especially with the song, which is very similar to a song by Ursula from The Little Mermaid. And now that I think of it, Aglora looks very much like Ursula. I mean, seriously, take a look! Anyway, the song is dull, horribly structured, instrumentally sloppy, and vocally sloppy. It ain't good. But you can kind of say that about the entirety of this film, so... So now we switch back to the heroic legendary Wompkees on their incredibly treacherous journey. They managed to cross the frozen river by doing what they should have done ages ago. Walk over it. It was so obvious, movie. It was so obvious! So they eventually make it up the mountain, and the token fat Wompkee starts eating all the berries. Haha, get it? 'Cause he's fat. And he's eating. Anyway, so all is peaceful. He's eating his berries, chilling up there in the mountain, until he falls off the edge. That may sound horrible, but remember, all the Wompkees except Twig can fly. But the film presents it as if we didn't know that the characters could fly, making it extremely face-palmable. So the Wompkees leave the mountain, and Aglora gets mad that her and her dog weren't able to catch these Wompkees on her mountain, so she sends out her evil ice fairies to attack them. Long story short, the Wompkees make it out alive and head back home. When they arrive, to their surprise, Twig is missing.
And where's Twig?
You don't think she, would have followed us?
That's impossible, Hummer. She knew I forbid it. Besides, she was helping me here. She even talked me into reading my book, even though she knows reading always puts me to sleep.
So they set out on another epic adventure to find Twig, who has been captured by Aglora's hench dog. Yes, that's right. Twig is now in the evil lair of Aglora, the maniacal ice queen. Oh no. So Twig finds it very cold and decides to start a fire in Aglora's ice lair. Her lair made of ice. And she's starting a fire. The funny thing is, after the fire is ignited, there are no signs of the ice layer melting at all. Like not even a drip of water. You see, film, when fire meets ice, the ice melts. It doesn't take a genius to know that, you know. Anyway, Twig brings in lots of berries and tells Aglora that the berries are good for playing catch.
They're the best for playing catch! Catch!
Okay, so her and the dog play catch, and somehow this happens. I mean, seriously, the dog got hit by a berry, and then he somehow spins out of control, ultimately shattering Aglora's ice throne. That doesn't make any sense to me, but if you'd like to explain, please tell me in the comments below. I'd really like to know your explanation. So after Aglora and the dog break a few more of Aglora's prized possessions, the other Wompkees come to the rescue and save Twig by flying off with her back to Wompkee Woods. Twig also flies off with them. Twig flies. This makes no sense, because early on in the film, Twig was established as the one Wompkee who couldn't fly, and now she's suddenly flying inexplicably? No, I cannot give this one a pass. Bad job, film, bad job! Next scene, the Wompkees are back home, and I kid you not, the second line in the scene is Twig talking about how she can't fly!
I guess I just wanted to prove I could still do stuff everybody else can do, even if I can't fly. Even if I can't fly.
But we just saw her fly like a minute ago! I'm done. I'm done. You know what? That's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. Peace out, YouTube. I'm done forever. I'm not watching these stupid movies anymore. I am done.
12 seconds later.
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Didn't want to leave you guys hanging. I'll finish this review, and we'll see if I do anything else after this, but I don't know. Let's just get on with this review, okay? So anyway, Aglora sends her ice fairies to go steal all of the berries in Wompkee Woods. Wait a second. I thought only the Wompkees could pick the berries off the bushes? Oh my god, this film is breaking all of its own rules. Now, I'm all for rule-breaking films. In fact, Breathless by Jean-Luc Godard is one of my all-time favorite films of all time. But when the rule-breaking has no artistic value and serves no purpose, it just infuriates the viewer. So anyway, when Twig finds out about Aglora's evil plan, she decides to be the hero and save Wompkee Woods from, berry loss, I guess. I mean, they have other foods. They're treating the berries as if they're the only foods there, but early on in the film, the grandma made muffins for everybody, and you know what, never mind. So after one cheesy moment, Twig can finally fly, which she actually did 10 minutes ago. Anyway, some very inspiring, beautiful stuff is said, and Twig can finally fly.
When your heart is ready and your wish is true, amazing things will come to you.
I really, 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 really wish I have to save Wompkee Wood. I'm doing it.
It's so beautiful. Oh my god. Oh my god. So beautiful. So obviously, Twig foils the plans of Aglora, and Aglora is not happy. So then the Wompkees form a circle in the air which somehow glows, and that somehow melts Aglora. I say somehow because a slight glow can melt Aglora, but a burning, scorching fire burning right beside Aglora doesn't do a thing to her? Interesting, film. Interesting. So after Aglora melts, the dog befriends the Wompkees, and everyone starts talking about how much of a hero Twig was, and she finally puts the star on top of the tree. Yay! And to wrap everything up, one last music number happens.
Christmas wishes, Christmas wishes, Christmas wishes,
A Very Wompkee Christmas is a horrible film. The only redeeming quality is its runtime of 54 minutes, but even that doesn't go very far because this film still seems like several hours. Anyway, this movie is fundamentally broken in almost every way. The editing is choppy, most of it doesn't make sense, the characters are stock, the effects will make you want to puke, all the characters look the same, and the songs are utter garbage. Please, avoid this film at all costs. You cannot watch it. You cannot watch it. You cannot watch it.